Sad. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. We just a point of, I got to see all 5 of my grandsons over the holiday, and so not at the same time, but they were all there. So it was just great. And when you got a bunch of teenagers, they can eat. So join me in the spirit of prayer. Eternal God, we give you thanks for the blessings of this day. The weather's changeable upon us, but that's the nature of fall. We still have a few weeks of fall before we enter into winter. We give you thanks for this club and its work in our community. We ask that you bless our work, that it be acceptable in your sight, and that you bless this food. Take it to the nourishment of our bodies and keep us this day in your peace. In the name of the Christ we pray. Amen.
And I'm going to invite Lazaro, our president-elect, to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
Fellow Rotarian visiting guests, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And while we're standing, we do like to sing occasionally at Rotary. We have a birthday in the house, so we're going to sing happy birthday. Oh, we are celebrating Valeria Bozak. So, well, happy birthday. So let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Val. Happy birthday to you. We're proud of you, and we hope you're sufficiently embarrassed. Y'all may be seated. Donna, right on cue. You are good. Donna, our secretary, is going to introduce our visiting Rotarians and guests.
Okay, our guests are Aaron Alsop, guest of Robert Alsop. Mm-hmm. Jason Thrasher, guest of Mal Bozak.
Hey, welcome, Jason. And we do have some other special guests, and we will be presenting them soon, so hang tight. So today our special presentation will be Christmas around the world. We have some representatives from different countries that have come to be part of a special panel. So we're going to discuss what Christmas is like in other places. And this is relevant as we're in the middle of the World Cup. So I hope everyone's cheering USA on. There's a big game against the Netherlands, and I've got a bet going with my Dutch son who's playing in America. So I said, you got to be thankful. America helped get you a scholarship, so you could play soccer here. But I understand he's still loyal to his home country. But we're thankful for that, and we're just excited to hear about different traditions as today is December 1st. We're in the middle of Advent, and we're all getting ready for Christmas. So without further ado, I'm going to have Laura introduce what we're doing today in our panel and how it will work. And we're going to get some chairs up here for our panelists.
Okay, hi everybody. Like Shane said, today we thought it would be kind of fun to do a Christmas around the world. And we've got 4 people here, 2 and 2 from similar regions, but we have Ethiopia, Finland, Norway, and Nigeria represented. So if the 4 of y'all can come up, I'll let y'all introduce yourselves to everybody. And basically, I'm just going to ask them a couple of questions, and we'll just learn about them, and then at the end, y'all can ask questions to them. So we'll just pass the microphone. Sorry. Yeah.
My name is Vanessa Shafir. I was born and raised in Addis Ethiopia, which is a form of Africa, East Africa.
Hey, my name is Anna Sophia. I'm from Norway, a place called Bergen. I'm an exchange student. Woo! That's my daughter.
Hi, everybody. My name is Laura Gray, and I am from Finland.
Hello, my name is Grace, and I'm from Nigeria.
Okay, so of course, one of the things I'm interested in, I like food. So I thought it would be interesting to know what a typical holiday meal looks like in your country. So we'll just start here and pass it down.
So we have a lot of African food variety, but during Christmas holiday, it's more of rice and chicken. But we also have a type of food called pounded yam. Pounded yam is yam pounded with pestle and mortar, and then you have varieties of soup. There is one that is very common, which is called eforiru. It's actually vegetable mixed with a lot of pepper and with goat meat, and it's always very yummy. Then we have a traditional wine that is called palm wine, which you take from the palm tree. And so you have a lot of people, because Nigeria is a country that's very sensitive when it comes to religion. But that's the time of the year where you don't hear people talk about Christian Muslim, where the Muslims join the Christians to celebrate, because there's always a lot of food to eat.
All right.
Thank you. Well, it definitely depends in Finland if you're having a Christmas Eve meal or if you're having any meals before Christmas. If thinking about before Christmas, one very traditional Finnish Christmas food is, I guess, I could call it rice pudding. It's warm, it's super yummy. People eat it with milk and sugar and cinnamon, and also they put a little butter. I've made that to my children here in US, and they do not like it. So my husband loves it, and he's from Dallas, so at least there's two of us who can eat that. But then during Christmas, Christmas meal, Finnish meal has ham, so no turkey. Ham is definitely the meat, and lots of casseroles. Definitely maybe more bitter side than here in the US, so no sweet potatoes, but rather carrot casserole or rutabaga casserole. Again, I love those. Those are healthy, those are yummy. I try to cook to my children, they do not like, so that's the way. And then also Finnish tradition is to have lots of fish, so Finland has lots of lakes and a bunch of sea, so whether it's from the sea or lakes, lots of fish dishes.
Yeah, in Norway, it depends where you're from, like where do you live in the country. But because I live on the West Coast, on Christmas Eve, we eat something called pinnekjøtt, which is dry cured ribs of lamb. We eat it with potatoes, sausage, and kohlrabi stew. And some other region, they eat pork, something called the ribbe. And I think like all the Norwegian, they eat fish. I would never eat fish on Christmas Eve. Also, we have the dessert that's really similar, like the hot rice pudding. We eat it with cinnamon, sugar, and butter. And we also place an almond in it. So if you get the almond, you get also the porcelain pig as a prize. Yeah, and we also have something called glögg, which is mulled wine. That is, yeah, it's really popular. Yeah, you taste it. Oh, okay.
For Ethiopia, chicken is the main dish for the holiday. Is that Christmas Eve or Easter? We could make it a very hot and spicy red one or yellow for the younger people who don't like spicy food. The chicken and lamb is the main dish for the holidays. And then bread, wheat bread always accompanies for the holidays.
Okay, is Christmas on December 25th? Do you do anything special on Christmas Eve? And why does your country, or why do y'all celebrate Christmas? Is it for the same reasons that we do, or whatnot? So,
For us, Christmas is in January 7th. And well, part of the country, Ethiopia, we celebrate Christmas because of the reason of the Christ and we give it Christ Jesus. But it's on January 7th. Christmas Eve, we don't do anything because we're fasting. We're not supposed to have fun or anything or visit someone on Christmas Eve. 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning, we have everyone should be at church, so to wait for Christ's birth.
so church from 7 to 3?
10 to 3.
At Christmas Eve, we celebrated the 24th of December. Usually, me and my family, we first go to church at Christmas service, and then we visit the graveyard to light up a candle for those we love. And most, like, Christmas is often like a quiet day, like, I don't know, it just feels very quiet everywhere you go. And then at 5 o'clock, the bells ring in the churches, which means like you can eat your Christmas dinner now. That makes sense, yeah. And then we also have Santa Claus, which comes to give out presents to the children, but because I don't have any small siblings, he doesn't show up anymore.
Does he come on Christmas Day?
Yeah, he comes on Christmas Day, yeah, and then we open presents in the evening. Yeah, also we have a big meal with family, like Christmas dinner.
Okay, so in Finland, Christmas is considered to be on the 24th, so that's when the main day is. Sometimes people might already think on the 25th, which sounds very silly, but Christmas is over when it's the actual Christmas because the day is the 24th there. So the reasons behind that are, or actually, I don't know why the 24th is the main day there, so no reasons for that. But the majority of people in Finland are Lutherans, so it's very much comes from the religion, and people go to church on the 24th around 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. So that's the last thing you do on Christmas Eve, or super early in the morning on the 25th.
Okay, Christmas in Nigeria is on the 25th. I mean, we celebrate Christmas because of Christ. That's the same reason Americans celebrate Christmas. Usually there's a public holiday in Nigeria. The federal government declares a public holiday. And Christmas Eve is about you going for Christmas carols. So you have a lot of churches depending on, as a matter of fact, Nigeria, you have the Orthodox churches and you have the Pentecostal churches. So the Pentecostals would have started their carol services from the 10th of December, but the Orthodox churches is usually, it's usually 24th. My dad was an Anglican priest growing up, so I was pretty much part of that. And Christmas Eve is when you're likely going to, you have a lot of people at the fashion houses, tailors, basically, because that's most likely the only time of the year where your parents are likely going to buy new clothes for you. So you have a lot of people, the tailors usually take more than they can handle. So there's a lot of disappointment, there's a lot of fights. People, where's my Christmas clothes? Because we have to wear it on the 25th. So 25th is about going to church at 10 o'clock. That's also the only time of the year where people in the urban areas and the cities come back to the villages, so you have to travel most of the times. And so you get to see people that you've never seen in a long time, you see them at that time. And then after church service is when people are going back home to kill the chicken, you have to literally slaughter yourself, then you have to do the cooking, then the guests start coming in. I mean, basically, it spills over to 26, where there are lots of parties, around town, but basically, it's about Jesus Christ. That's the reason for the season. That's what we say next year.
What about decorations? Do y'all have Christmas trees, poinsettias, lights? Tell us about what Christmas looks like where you are.
I think if you get to Nigeria right now, especially the cities, the main city in Nigeria is usually Lagos, so we say that everyone is in Lagos. By now, you will have seen the Christmas lights and the Christmas trees. There's a particular bank in Nigeria, in Lagos, that takes responsibility for that. It's called Zenith Bank. So all the roundabouts, the flyovers, you see Christmas lights already, all the malls, you have Christmas light, Christmas songs, So yeah, almost every home has a form of decoration, or the other, where you have a Christmas tree, you bring it out, the one you used the previous year. We don't cut Christmas trees. You have the one that's already made that you buy from the mall. And so we have lights just like America.
So in Finland, I guess there's snow everywhere during Christmas. So there's like built-in decorations. It's beautiful. And there's more candlelight or poinsettias for sure, but less other type of decorations. Christmas tree for sure. Back in the day, they used to also have real candles in the Christmas trees. I'm glad that tradition has faded away since it was a huge fire risk. But I think it's just so beautiful there. And actually, all these conversations are making me miss my country.
We decorate our houses with reds, angles, globes, hearts, stars, and maybe a favorite scene or gingerbread house. More and more people also decorate their house outside with lights and reds. Most families have a Christmas tree in the living room, like a real fir tree. It has a star on the top and it's decorated with garlands, tinsels, and ornaments. Also, the streets downtown is also filled with lights, and we also have a lot of Christmas tree like everywhere. Streets decorated with lights, and also fun fact, we send a fir tree to London every year. It's like I think it's like in the middle of London Day. I don't know. It's like a thank you, like a gift from from World War II when our kings and queens escaped to their country, England. I don't know.
Where do they display it? London.
It is like I think it's really in the middle of London. I don't know where it is in London, but I don't know, many people see it. I don't know where it is.
Does everyone do that, or is it just the country gives the tree to England?
Oh, it's just Norway, just like a gift from how they not to, but like
Come on.
So in Ethiopia, we don't decorate, traditionally there's no decoration for Christmas. But recently, in the last 10-20 years, the country's been modern and a lot of European influences. So they start decorating Christmas trees, and it's becoming like what we see here. But traditionally, especially when I was growing up, there's no Christmas tree, there's no decoration. You don't exchange gifts, but you take gifts to your parents or to your elder brother or sister, and so on. And you give meaningful gifts, that's something they use for year round. Probably you give them something to wear or something to eat, like sheep or goats or something like that. But it has to be for elderly people, especially if you have family, mother and father, you have to say something. or you can take alcohol or other stuff to other people with no liberation. And Santa Cruz doesn't come.
Are the sheep and goat alive when you take it to people? Okay, okay. My last question, then we'll open it up to everybody else. I'm sure you don't have questions for these people, but what is your favorite Christmas memory from your country?
My father was the oldest in his family, so my favorite thing is everybody used to come to our house. So my uncle, my aunts, and everyone would come to our house, and it was a big fun enjoyment and family, and that's what my favorite was.
My favorite memory is the year we celebrated our Christmas at our winter cabin at the mountain. My cousins, all my uncles were gathered, and I think we did that because it was the last Christmas to my grandfather who died later next year. So we wanted to gather the whole family. Yeah.
For me, especially on a chilly day like today, one of my favorite memories is the sauna or sauna, like you would say here, culture. So everyone in Finland has built-in sauna in their home, and if they live in an apartment, there's always common sauna in the building, so people can use that, of course, not at the same time. So they reserve that and make sure they get their own special time slot. But I love Christmas time when we are really taking our time to enjoy sauna. And if you happen to live in a place where you don't have neighbors right next to you, people keep, so from sauna, they go outside in the snow to just to swim in the snow, and then they go back in sauna, and they might do that multiple times back and forth, and it's so good for your body, and it gets your blood flowing and going, and yeah, so I wish I could do that.
For me, I think I'll talk about two experiences. When I was a child, that was a year I'm number 6 in the out of 7 children, so there's a year, the first year that all my siblings had left home, and Christmas was the only time they came back. So waiting to see them arrive was quite memorable for me. And then my last Christmas in Nigeria, before I left, where we all gathered at my mom's place, and I had to be in charge of the catering for everyone. So I miss that a lot.
Anybody have questions for people? Another round of questions?
So I know in some countries like Italy and Scandinavia, there are other traditions close to Christmas. So are there ones, daughter in particular, that you want to share with us?
Yeah, on December 13th, we celebrated a day called Santa Lucia. It is basically a day where like kindergartens or like schools, they walk around with like white dresses, and they hold a candle, and the person in front always has like a crown made of candles, and then they give out these saffron buns to every classroom in myself, and back home, like now that I'm not in elementary school or kindergarten anymore, I just make those buns at home. And then we, while they're walking around, they sing this song called Santa Lucia, which is really pretty song, I would say. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a pretty voice. All right, other questions?
Jerry. In America, we display, a lot of people display the manger and angels as well. I just wondered if you all did that. Do you know what I'm talking about with a manger?
Nigeria is basically, we say in Nigeria that whatever happens in America, if you give it 5 years, it becomes the culture in Nigeria. So, I mean, Nigeria is sort of like an extension of America. So, because the movies we see in Nigeria, are American movies, so whatever Nigerians and Americans do, we just simply replicate. So, yes, it's the same.
That's not a thing in Finland, the major, but that's in churches. So when you go to a church, there's an actual real deal going on there. But angels everywhere, all the time, and not just Christmas, all the time.
I didn't quite understand the question.
If here we have a manger scene that has Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I have it at home, and they also have it at church. But I think it depends from family to family. I don't think every Norwegians have it in their home.
Biggest regular churches, only churches.
Oh, yes. So I'm gonna ask, we have a question over here, so I'm gonna let Jerry do his question. And then Lazaro is gonna give us a little bit about El Salvador traditions.
Yeah, here at the States, we have, where all the kids get out of school for like 2 weeks. Do they do anything like that this time of the year? Or is it some other time of the year where they have like a break in the middle of the school year?
Well, in Nigeria, there are 3 times. You have first term, second term, third term. And so the summer is the longest holiday, but usually there's a holiday for Christmas. Which is about, I think, 2-3 weeks thereabout. So that's like the, actually Christmas break is the first time in Nigeria. They do the second time, then the third time.
In Finland, we have the similar Christmas break like here in the US.
We also have a kind of similar break like you have here in the US. We actually have a word for it that we can't translate to English. It's called Jul. So it's like the time between Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Schools will be closed for a week, and work will be closed for 2 days, Christmas Day and the day after Christmas.
Okay. So in El Salvador, what we do, we celebrate on the 24th, and it's a big family day. Everybody gets together, similar to all the other cultures. And the school year over there, it would have ended in November, and it picks up again around February. So you haven't seen a lot of people in a while, so that's like a good time to get together. One of the things that we do as a culture is that on the 24th, we get a lot of fireworks. And I mean, like, people save money to have fireworks, and it started like the day before all the way to the 25th. You just gather around one main area in that village or that neighborhood, and everybody just pops fireworks. And it's the kind that you go for the loudest bangs. It's not so much that you throw them up in the air and you get the fireworks, but it's more just the loud bang. So that's a big thing, and the entire the cities, that's all you see. Like every single place where you will see normally that people are selling food, like vegetables and things like that. Now everything becomes about setting fireworks. And then again, it's just a lot of fireworks at night. So you're trying not to speak. But we cook chicken is the main dish that we do for that time of the year. So throughout the month of February, December, somebody in the family would already know, like, which is gonna be the chicken that we're gonna, eat on Christmas. And then somebody similar to what he said, somebody's in charge of making sure that gets taken care of. So whenever everybody comes, there's plenty of food and everybody's popping fireworks at the evening. So, and Santa comes over there to some families is Catholic and then Protestant, so it's a little bit of both, so they still get along. Yeah.
You got a question?
Yes, you may have touched this, but could you discuss the role that St. Nicholas plays in each of your cultures and kind of how you and your family acknowledge that, you know, here in this country, it's a big, big deal. So I'd be curious about his role in your country.
So Santa, as a replacement, so we used to have the masquerades in Nigeria. We call them egungun. That's what they call them in Nigeria, you know. So because Nigeria was predominantly traditional, you know, you have traditional worshippers before Christianity and Islam came, you know. So the masquerades were very scary because they used to chase people with what's it called, with whips and with cane up and down. So children usually run away. So when Christianity came, the Santa was a welcome development because instead of the cane that would scare you, the Santa had gifts, you know. Then instead of the scary costumes, the Santa had a red in white. So yeah, we always have Santa every Christmas, and then the children will usually go and you know, to get gifts from Santa. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same.
So if you didn't know this, Santa Claus is actually from Finland. So it's from my home country. And he lives in Lapland. And there's a whole beautiful village over there with his reindeers and all that good stuff. So it's a huge thing in Finland. Santa Claus is visiting every family on Christmas Eve. So it is a huge business to be honest. There's lots and lots of Santa Clauses over there around Christmas time visiting families. But literally, the parents are organizing that Santa Claus is visiting every family. And if it's not, there's some kind of story why the Santa Claus couldn't come to that family on that night. So they really have to get creative. But children are expecting the Santa Claus to visit. And because my children are half Finnish, so they get to enjoy that tradition here in Dallas as well. There's a couple Finnish young adults who are continuing this tradition here in Dallas, and families can arrange the Santa Claus to come and visit. And it's always been such a hit in my neighborhood. When other children are seeing like, oh my goodness, there's an actual Santa Claus going to their home. Why it's not coming to my home? So it's sparked some great conversations in my neighborhood.
Yeah, Santa Claus is very similar to how you do Santa Claus hair. But I think ours looks more like like if you want to do like the old traditional way, original traditional way, they would wear like a gray sweater like this with like wool pants and look like a hobo kind of thing. Yeah, so yeah.
He's not as fat, right?
He is fat,
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah, but because we're really Americans, so it's more normal than to wear like the normal red coat kind of thing, yeah. So yeah, we just get presents and gifts, Christmas Eve and after you left, or while he's there, I guess, yeah.
Santa Claus is a big deal for my family here in America, but not in Kansas. We don't have Santa Claus, but my kids grow up expecting and wishing and writing all letters. I sent all the letters for my grandkids to see, but he's a big deal in my family.
Thank you. We appreciate y'all sharing your traditions with us as we make our preparations. There are lots of fun traditions out there. And because my family hosts exchange students, we have been influenced by many different countries and their traditions. So we collect traditions from all over the world to celebrate with our kids, and it kind of makes it more fun. Yes, thank you. Sorry, Drew. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, and hopefully now you're a little more in the Christmas spirit. I'm twice as hungry as when I came. But we do have several announcements, so I'm going to give us some time to go over those. One of the first ones is there's a Christmas parade this Saturday, and we have a float available to us. So all we need to do is show up at the police station on O'Connor, and we can park there. There's a huge float, enough for 40 people, so anyone that wants to come participate can be on the Rotary float. We'd love to have people out there. He's asking that we get to the police station to get on the float at about 5 o'clock. The parade starts at 6, but the floats have to be in place by 5:30. So if you're there 4:45, 5 o'clock, you can jump on and ride in the parade. PM, yes, not in the morning. This is an evening celebration, so we can have lights and things on the floats. We will have our Rotary banner, and we enjoyed getting to participate in the 4th of July parade. So if anyone is available this Saturday in the evening, should be fun. Bring warm clothes if the weather continues to be cool. And maybe layers, because it could change anytime in Texas. But yeah, we hope that we can get some people there, so spread the word. You can bring family members with you because there's lots of room on the float. So hopefully we'll get to see you out there.
Do you think there's enough room in the float?
I think so, yeah. I think there's a sleigh and everything, so there's room for anyone that's got the itch to participate. I will grab a piece of paper, so if you know you're going to be there on Saturday, we just kind of want an idea of how many to expect. So if you'll leave your name before you leave, or you can text me, and then that way we have an idea of how many are showing up. Rick.
Mr. President, I think your float numbers are like 58, 59, or 59. So if you get there late or you get disoriented, you talk to the city people, tell them you're looking for float 59. It'll be toward the end of the parade.
That's correct. Yeah, I think Jeff said 50. So we're joining with the Sunrise Club for this. If you do want to participate, and even if you show up late, if you walk down where they're lining up the floats, we should be able to get you in. But the police station is probably going to be one of the easiest places to park. And you can text or call me if you have my number, and we'll help you figure out where we are. Awesome. There's also the Christmas in Irving Red, White, and Blue Christmas, and that's Friday, December 9th from 6 to 10. It's a fun party. Leo Hall and the Texas Blues Machine will be playing some live music, and it's to benefit Irving Police and Fire Department's Blue Christmas. So you are encouraged to bring an unwrapped packaged gift. So that helps the police and fire department distribute presents to children in need. So consider that. It'll be a fun event, and it's at Simmons Flags. So it's right off 183. It's neat. It's going to be in a big warehouse. So it should be an interesting, hence the red, white, and blue Christmas. It's at a flag shop. But it should be fun. So if you're available, please check that out. It is starting at 6 to 10. Did you have another thing? Yes, you may. We've got time.
All right, so December 3rd and 4th, this Saturday, this Sunday. starting at 10, going to 4. Las Colinas Association will be hosting a major event down at Levy Plaza on Las Colinas Boulevard. So were you gonna announce this? You are?
No, you're, go for it.
So, what they're asking is that, there's no admission, just bring a nice toy. It's going to the same, police and fire department toy raising event. They're supposed to have 30 or 40 vendors. They're supposed to have 10, food trucks, Ferris wheel down by the lake, ice skating, photographs with Santa. It's open to everyone. So if you're looking for something to do Saturday from 10 to 4, and then I think they scheduled it that way so you can make it down to get on your float or get into position for the parade. And then it's also that event on Sunday, Levy Plaza. So if you're going to the parade, if I can take another couple of minutes, you're going to the parade, they changed the route. For people that have been in Irving for many years, you know the route. Well, it's changed. We are going to start over on Rock Island. We're not going to turn on where we normally do. We're going all the way to O'Connor Boulevard to turn right. We're going to go down to 4th Street and take a left. And then we're going to take 4th Street east to Main Street, take a left, go up to 2nd Street, which actually goes east. But they're going to turn left and we're going to go west. They're going to shut the street completely down. The reason they're doing that is because you know 356 downtown is totally torn up. And so it's a very short course. It's about a mile or a little more. But just if you're going, a good place to see the parade will be 2nd Street, 4th Street. I'm not that familiar with how much open properties there. A little bit on Main Street, but then that area there on O'Connor. So a little bit different, a little bit shorter. Should be a great parade.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
All right, Lieutenant Cody Jones, will you give us an update about the bell ringing?
Good old bell ring, yes. So we have started our bell ring efforts. We started November 1st, and now it's December 1st. Now we have 23 more days to go. Nobody's counting, not me. But as of now, we are actually, good news is we're actually about, without putting in yesterday's totals, we're actually about $3,000 over than we were last year. Now 5 full-time bell ringers. Last year only had 2 full-time and 1 part-time. So I have 5 full-time and 2 part-time. But we're also seeing a big increase in volunteers through our register ring. So that's been a really great blessing to see our volunteers come out and hear people now saying that they've heard about the Salvation Army and that they never knew there was a Salvation Army here in Irving, which used to be really irritated, but it's okay. It's not gonna happen again. But yeah, we've been doing really good. Rotary rings on Saturday, so thank you everyone who does ring the bell for us in the Walmart. Last Saturday, we all raised a total of $286.94 on Saturday, which is great because that goes in everything that brings to the kettles here that y'all put in those red kettles stays here in Irving. It doesn't go to our corporate in Georgia. It stays here in Irving. And if you ever hear about a virtual red kettle at our site, you can scan a QR code, or I can send a link. You go on there. It's my own QR code I made. And it stays here in Irving also. It will not go to corporate and work its way down. It stays here. Because we do, our thing is Love Beyond. We do more stuff than just at Christmas time. You know, the need doesn't stop just at Christmas. So this helps our food pantry, our rental assistance program, our Boys and Girls Club. So that parents don't have to worry about making those monthly payments if they can't make it because their scholarships are available. So thank you for everything y'all do. It's greatly appreciated. If I may say one more thing, President. My wife and me add, there's also Angel Tree that goes on here in Mrs. Hills. As of now, in our whole North Texas command, we do about 35,000 angels between Fort Worth and Dallas. And just here in Irving, we have about 1,500 angels. And I asked her last night about where we're still at. We still have about 911 angels that haven't been picked for the Irving community. So you can go online now, I'll send it, I'll let y'all know, it's salvationarmyntx.org. You can go on there and if you want to pick a boy or girl, that you can pick if you want. I'm still trying to figure out how you can pick just Irving if you want to be an Irving Pacific, but I haven't figured that out yet, so I gotta talk to my wife, because they can choose. No, I don't know how to do that. I just help them say yes here. But, if you want to do that, that'd be greatly appreciated, because I love the industry program, because I was a part of the industry program, so was my wife. And it really just gives that, the hope to the kids to know that they don't have to worry about what's going on in their family life, that they can be there and have gifts and not worry about if their parents are struggling, we're going to be there and give the hope of Christmas to everyone. So thank you for letting me speak. I know we're running close on time, so thank you again, President, for letting me share.
Got it. One more quick announcement from us. We're always running.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So, for next event coming up, which some of you guys were there last year or the year before. This one's a long one. It's 13 miles. It's at Irving. It's called the Irving Cross Half Marathon. This is the one that we need between 80 to 120 volunteers to come. The different things that we need help, and this is December 17th, so giving you guys a heads up. The volunteering time would probably be between 7 a.m. until around 11, or some of you guys can come between 8 and 11, depending on what you want to do. But basically, there's a lot of areas through the Las Colinas Urban Center and the trail that need somebody to say, hey, keep going straight or turn around. That's it. So, but those things are so important that if we don't have somebody there, the sign's there, sometimes people don't see it and they get lost and discuss it. But so December 17th, if you guys want to, and this again is it's a half marathon. So we have about 500 people that are going to be completing the half marathon distance. And a lot of those people have been training for months, traveling from all over the country to come here. So we want to make sure that we got it the right way, right? But also we do have a 10K and a 5K. So all in total, we're going to have about 1,500 participants there. And once you get done, similar to the previous event, we have about 30 vendors because we built a holiday market on the 16th and the 17th at the Yoda Music Factory to go along with, again, the 1,500 runners and 3,000 to 4,000 spectators that are going to be there. So again, December 16th, 17th, come hang out, but on the 17th in the morning, come volunteer. That's all I have.
Thank you, Brian. Let's stand and adjourn our meeting. I'm gonna have the birthday girl, Val Bozek, who is our foundation chair and helping with our international service, lead us in a 4-way test.
Please join me in the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First,
is it the truth?
Second,
is it fair to all concerned?
Third,
will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Fourth,
will it be beneficial to all concerned?